Hello again, and thank you for watching another one of my videos. This is Minecraft Let's Explore, and what I have done so far is I've went ahead and completed my track from the station to the NPC Village, and I'm on my way back now, but I stopped right here because I wanted you to look at this little small hut that I found. And I didn't make this thing, it was already here, and it's a little bitty small building, and I don't know really what it is, but I thought it was kind of nice looking, and I thought I would just let you look at that for a second. You find all kinds of weird things on Minecraft, but I have already finished laying down all my track, and I haven't finished putting the walls and the ceiling up yet, but as you can see, I'm sticking with the detector rail on both sides with the power rail in the middle, and then I'll skip anywhere from 12 or 13 spaces, and then I come back with regular track rail. Then after 12, maybe 13, I'll drop another double detector rail with the power rail in the middle of it. Now, I've got the station started right here. I got the walls up. I just added 2 doors, and what I'm going to do is remove these half slabs because the power rail is not getting any power to it. Well, now it's getting power. I had a technical problem earlier. I actually did the video and showed you how to lay the redstone wiring, and the game locked up on me. But as you can see, you just place your wiring down underneath it. But now I'm going to have to take this up because I don't have it wired up right. And what I'm going to end up needing to do is place my button on that block directly in front of it, dig these out, which will mean I'm going to have to come out here and fill that in with dirt on the outside right here. Okay, I still got some dirt, that's good. Put the minecart up, and I'll just put dirt here, that way it hides the opening. Come back inside. Now the reason why I'm having to redo it is because you want to try to cover this up. If you want it to look hidden and look a little bit neater, you can cover this up with half slabs and use that as a flooring, but I wasn't able to do that, and I couldn't figure out why, so I had to go back to the station. I found my mistake. So you got your redstone wiring coming from beside, one block down, and you place it beside your power rail, and you come out like this, and then you drop another piece there, and then one right up underneath it. Now that will give it the power you need. See, it powers it up. And then you got to decide if you want to cover it up. Now if you don't want to hide it, you can just leave it level with the ground and do just do a straight line from your push button. You can bring your push button over to this block right here, this one right here I'm standing on, and run your redstone wiring straight to it, angle it over right next to your power rail. But if you want to hide everything, then the best way of doing it is to bury it. Okay, I've got 4 right there, so we drop a smooth stone on both sides. That's what I'm using to cover everything up. And then you come across here with your smooth stone half slab. And that will hide it. And if you want to, you can go ahead and bring it on out a little bit more. Make it kind of like leveled off. Like that. And you can also do this all the way around if you want to. Make it a smooth flooring. Now I do plan on taking up all this dirt and replacing it with either smooth stone or the smooth stone half slab like what I'm placing here. Let me put our minecart back in place. And real quick I'll take you and let you see the village. And I'll tell you a little interesting story or something that I thought was interesting after I let you look at this for a moment. And I've added a little bit of housing here, like I built this one and I forgot to put windows on it here. I built this one here. Now the forge, the blacksmith area, it was already here when I got here. And this little house right here, it was here. And these two on the left and right, they were also here. So I added the other two that we looked at, and then I added these 3 over here as well. And I've expanded the fence right here. I've expanded it outward a little bit and started growing some wheat. Actually, when I got here, there was nothing growing. It was just a small fenced-in area. One thing that I thought was interesting, and I leveled all of this off. I don't know if I showed you this in an earlier video or not, but this used to be a mound, and there was an opening right in through that area, and down up underneath this is a gigantic mine. I mean, it is massive. So I covered it up, I've leveled all this off, and I'll change the render distance a little bit so you can get a little bit of a better view of everything. I went out and looked around because I haven't truly explored, or I thought I hadn't, and I started walking in this direction. Just wanted to see what all was nearby, because what I would like to do is keep all of these trees that I planted, and then right in this area, because the track, as you know, is beyond those trees, and then right in through here, maybe in the future fill some of this in with some gravel or sand, more than likely sand, and then come across here to this side and expand this out a little bit once I can get over here to it. Okay, clear out the trees and expand this area. Flatten it out like I did over there. Add more housing. Maybe put a police station, possibly a church, and build a bridge. I might make it 5 blocks wide and build a bridge that connects the two areas together. So of course where the water is, I'm going to have to expand this closer to the village area in this direction so that the villagers don't have to walk very far. And the reason why I said that the cave is massive and gigantic is because it runs from where I showed you all the way up underneath all of this area here, because while I was on the track, and you can see it barely right up underneath that crosshair, that's the track itself. And while I was standing facing that little hut that I showed you, I got that musical note that we always hear letting you know there's a cave nearby. And since the cave is right over there, and the cave sound came from right here, and I know this cave, the first one I showed you, I know it comes in this direction. That tells me that they've got to be connected. But not just right there. Also, I came on around to see how far I could really expand this area and how far I can make this into like a big village. And on the other side of these trees is another mine that I had forgotten all about. Didn't even realize it was there. I was just exploring, and I saw what looked like cobblestone steps leading downward. I thought it looked kind of out of place for it to be built like that, because it looked just like a man-made staircase. And I went down, looked at it, I saw my torches, and when I seen the layout, the way the torches were put in place, I knew that that had to have been something that I'd done. I looked around a little bit more and I found the area that I used to keep everything. My chest was still there, my workbench, my having a brain freeze moment. The other tool that we use, the one where we melt minerals, brain fart, I hate those. Furnace, that's the word for it. That one was there. Now, if you don't know how to trade with a villager, you right click, and the way to read this is, if I give him 8 gold ingots, he'll give me 1 emerald. He's kind of expensive, so you can look around for other villagers, and majority of them will be different. They won't all say the same thing. Hello? He wants 12 cooked fish for an emerald. Now, I happen to have that, so let's go and cook up 12 fish real quick, and we'll trade with them. And that's the wrong chest. I'm going to go ahead real quick, if you don't mind, and I'm going to reset the setting for the render distance back to short. That way it will kill a little bit of the lag. That's not the one. There it is. Okay. Now I've got my raw fish. Before I leave, let me get some charcoal, just to make sure I've got some. Now, if I'm not mistaken, one charcoal will do 8 items. So by putting 2 of them in the furnace, I should be able to cook all 15 of these. And I've got 2 already in there. That's good. And it's starting to rain now. Yes, I'm using your furnace. I hope you don't mind. And if you do, hey, get over it. I'm kidding. Stop looking at me like that. It's freaking me out. Now, as you trade with your villagers, and you give, like, for example, this guy, he wants the 12, however many number of gold ingots for 1 emerald. So let's say we go ahead and we trade with him, we get an emerald. The more we trade with that same villager, the more things he will want to trade with us. Now the guy that we're cooking the fish for, I've traded with him 1 or 2 times before, and now he's offering a second item that he'll trade with us. So what we're going to do is go ahead and get this out, and we'll put this up here, get it out of our area so we don't have to worry about holding all this stuff. Of course, with the villagers, the more of them you have, the more chances of you finding something different to trade, instead of only having 1 villager or 2 villagers and not having them not offering anything you could use. Right, so now it's nighttime, and I think they're going to be in here. This is where they sometimes like to gather. Okay, which one of you bozos got? You want ingots? I think I clicked the same guy. Alright, he wants an emerald for 3 loaves of bread. So my fish guy is around here somewhere. We'll find him real quick. Maybe that's him. Hello. Okay. Now to make a trade, you take your 12 fish, you put it in your slot. He'll give you the second slot. He'll fill it up with the gold emerald. And of course, if you put 24 fish in here instead of the 12, there'll be 2 emeralds. So let's go ahead and get this one, put it here. Okay, now to show you what I meant by offering more than 1 item, you have these 2 arrows that point left and right. Now the first time you try to trade with a villager, you won't be able to use these, but after you trade with them more often, it'll light up and you can trade. Now you see, now he's offering an emerald for 8 cooked chicken. It's still kind of high, but I noticed that it will let me click 1 more time. Or if I give him 15 wool, he'll give me an emerald. Now, I think that's a pretty nice deal. Well, let's go ahead and make another trade. Give him the emerald back. Pick up the 8 cooked fish. The 8 cooked chicken. And he won't let me trade us another time. Okay. Not a problem. But that gives you an idea on how you can trade. Now we're just Make sure I've got a minecart with me. I believe it's still there. It is. Okay, close these doors. There. I'm trying to come up with a name for this village. I'm thinking about Village-topia, or maybe something like Village Obvious. We'll take a real quick trip back to the first station that I built, and we're off. Now, it's going to take it a few minutes, like 2, maybe 3 minutes to get there, so sit back, please enjoy the ride. Remember to keep your hands and feet inside the minecart at all times. With the rain, it's causing a little bit of lag. I had to make a few turns here and there, and I didn't really want the track itself to be at the level of the water, so I raised it up a little bit. And then when I saw this hill coming up, I had to raise it up even more, but then I leveled it back off even with the ground, as you can see. And I just didn't feel like, y'all, you see, now this is the reason why you don't let the minecart get away from you. This is the reason why I was telling you about wanting to cover it up. Move out of the way. Wanting to cover up your track, because animals like that and mods will also want to walk across it, and if they do, come on, keep going, thank you. If they do, they will stop you from moving. So I like to try to put a cover around it to prevent them from walking across it, or spiders or any other mod from getting in the way. If you look down at the track itself, when I get close to a power rail, as soon as I can get to a leveled off area, like right here, if you look, you'll see that the power rail lights up right as the cart gets on, like right on top of it. And that goes back to what I was explaining just a few moments ago about the detector rail being in front and behind it. The cart touches the detector rail, it powers up the power rail, and that pushes you forward. And that's where I left off building the cover. I've got smooth stone slabs, or smooth stone, not slabs, but the stone itself on both sides. In just a moment, you're going to see the actual shelter itself, the covering right here, with the glass and the roof. And and this helps keep anything from being on your track as you're going wherever you're headed to. But of course, it's only effective if you connect it all the way down. Now, if you leave it open, they might step inside. But I will get finished with this. And we're back. I don't know why it stopped quicker than what it should have, but okay. Let's try a little something here. Just fix this. I think I see my problem. When I was here earlier, I removed that, and that may be the reason why it stopped. But here's the original station that I built. I believe I've already showed it to you one time, but this is how it looks. I've widened the doorway earlier, made it a little bit easier to get in and out of. This was the actual building that I started out in. When I first started playing Minecraft several weeks ago, I built this right on the side of the mountain, and I dug down through that doorway and found a cave. So I just started mining that one. But see, here's the mountain itself that I built into, or I'm sorry, I built the side of it right here. Pretty big mountain area. But this is what I've gotten accomplished so far, and what I'm thinking about doing is going back to the NPC Village, and I'm going to level off the floor. Then I'll put some windows in it, add some windows to the house that I built, put a roof over the new station, and a few other things while I'm there. But thank you for watching this, and I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope there was something that I've done that was able to give you some ideas on what you can do. Maybe if I was lucky enough, maybe I taught you something. But please be sure to leave your comments, your suggestions, your ideas. Like always, please be sure to hit that like button if you've enjoyed the video, and be sure to subscribe, because I am trying to put these out as often as I can. I'm trying to do it as I'm playing it. You know, I'll do a little bit without filming it, recording it, really seem as boring as I make it out to be. But this game is really awesome. I appreciate
whoever it was that developed it. And I hope you enjoyed Minecraft. I hope you enjoyed the video. And I especially hope that you have a wonderful day, a fantastic weekend. And I'll see you again in the next video. Take care.